Hi, this video was filmed, edited, and pretty much completed from March to April of this year, but due to storage issues on my phone which this video was made on, I couldn't get around to posting it, but now the storage issues are gone, therefore I can post the video. And by the way, if I say anything outdated in this video, well, what I just said is the reason why. So enjoy the video, and I will see you in 2024, where there will be a lot more videos. When many think of Between the Lions, they think of the unique segments the show had. These include Gwen's Word, The Word Doctor with Dr. Ruth Wordheimer, What's Cooking, Fred Says, the list goes on and on. But one of the segments on the show is very significant in how well known it is.
Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Excuse me! Excuse me!
We find Cliffhanger where we left him last, hanging from a cliff.
Can't hold on much longer!
In The Adventures of Cliffhanger, a book series in the Between the Lions universe written by author Livingston Dangerously, a guy with very, very, very bad luck is stuck on a cliff. In every episode, or book, or whatever you want to call it, he attempts to, in some way, get off the cliff. But these attempts always fail. There is also this quartet in a helicopter singing all about Cliffhanger, and now he's basically stuck on a cliff for eternity. And they never help him, ever. And that's a lot to why people remember Cliffhanger so fondly. The suspense that revolves around it. This guy on the edge of a cliff. Said cliff could break at any moment, and he's been stuck on the cliff for a very long time. Me personally, I remember Cliffhanger just as much as the Lion family, if not more. While watching The Adventures of Cliffhanger, these questions and more are bound to come to your minds. How come everyone that Cliffhanger comes across is stupid?
Please get me off this cliff!
Get you off this cliff? My pleasure.
Are Cliffhanger's days on the cliff finally over? Will he now be able to roam free forever?
I hope he likes this cliff better than the other one.
How does he go to the bathroom? Has he gone to the bathroom? I don't think you can go that much time without going to the bathroom. How can he easily reach for things like the survival manual in his backpack? And another thing, while most of the people Cliffhanger meets are stupid, Cliffhanger himself can be pretty stupid at times too. In the episode Cliffhanger and the Kindly Kangaroo King, a kangaroo king rescues Cliff from the cliff. And what does he do after being rescued?
Now, sadly, it's time for us to part. Toodaloo. Cliff.
Why would you do that? You would think that after all that time on the cliff, he would be super cautious, but I guess not. And back on the topic of everyone Cliffhanger meets is stupid, there have been numerous times in the series where Cliffhanger was super close to getting off the cliff. Like in this episode here, Cliffhanger, the pheasant, and the phone.
If you see a pheasant talking to his friend Phil on his cell phone, ask him if you might borrow the phone to call the Get Me Off This Cliff helpline. 555-CLIFF.
If 555 ever becomes an official number, fiction is screwed.
Excuse me, might I borrow your phone to call the Get Me Off This Cliff helpline?
Oh, wait, I gotta go. A guy hanging from a cliff needs my phone. Sure, you can borrow my phone, but first I have to show you something very interesting. Look, the word pheasant begins with the PH sound.
After a bunch of stupid stuff, the pheasant gives Cliffhanger the phone, and Cliffhanger calls the Get Me Off This Cliff helpline number.
Hello, Welcome to the Get Me Off This Cliff helpline. This call may be monitored for quality assurance. If you want help getting off a cliff, please press or say 1. If you want to take advantage of any of our other exciting offers, press or say 2.
Exciting offers. One!
Please hold while we track your phone's location.
I'm on hold.
No problem. Take your time.
We have pinpointed your phone's location and can get you off that cliff in less than 15 seconds. If you want to accept this offer, press or say 1. If you do not,
One!
a rescue specialist will be arriving shortly. Have a nice day.
Is this it? Will Cliffhanger finally be getting off the cliff?
May I have my phone back, please?
Oh, sure. Thanks.
Goodbye!
No, not the pheasant. Me! Phooey.
He'll never get off this cliff, will he? Also, if the survival manual knew about the Get Me Off This Cliff helpline, then how come that wasn't the first thing they mentioned for to get off a cliff? Like, to get off a cliff called a Get Me Off This Cliff helpline. Would have been that easy. But no, I guess the survival manual had to give Cliffhanger all of these ridiculous adventures instead. I mean, Cliff can't get off the cliff anyway, so I guess it's not that big of a problem. I mean, it is, but just saying. But I don't think Cliffhanger himself even cares anymore either. In the Adventures of Cliffhanger intro for Between the Lions seasons 9 and 10, he kind of just looks unfazed more than anything. As if he's just accepted that, yep, this is my life now. But what truly frustrates me about the Adventures of Cliffhanger is the Between the Lions episode, The Last Cliffhanger. In the episode, Lionel, who in the show is a big fan of the Adventures of Cliffhanger, finds out that they are not making any more The Adventures of Cliffhanger.
Well, son, some good news. Your book's here.
Oh, let me see.
Well, now for the bad news, Lionel. Look at the title.
The Lost Cliffhanger. Awesome! The Lost Cliffhanger. What's bad about that?
Oh boy, the lost episode of Cliffhanger. I sure hope it's not just a bunch of cheap Welk cycles. Theo corrects Lionel and tells him that it is not the lost Cliffhanger, it is the last Cliffhanger.
The Last Cliffhanger. No, it can't be. The last?
That's what it says, Lionel, honey.
The last one? I can't look. I can't.
I can. Yippee! Maybe he's gonna finally get off of that cliff.
Well, maybe not. Maybe it's a trick title. Maybe, huh, Dad? Huh, Dad? Huh, Mom? Huh?
Well, I don't think so, Lionel, honey.
Well, I guess if you want to figure that out, check the calendar. Is it April 1st?
Do you want to read it and find out?
I can't.
Oh, it's okay, Lionel. I'll do it. Today's adventure 3785. The Last Cliffhanger by Livingston Dangerously.
Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Excuse me.
We find Cliffhanger where we left him last, hanging from a cliff.
Can't hold on much longer.
Oh my god, he said the thing.
Suddenly, in the water below, he catches sight of a mammoth whale.
A whale.
Cliff grabs his backpack and extracts his trusty survival manual. Using his expert decoding skills, Cliff begins to read.
If you catch sight of a whale and it blasts water from its blowhole, jump on the blast fast. Whoa, what a blast! I'm free at last! Gasp! Gag! not on Cliff any longer.
Is this it? Has Cliffhanger's life of grasping a branch passed at last?
No!
The evil controller when he loses a battle with Rusty number 5 for the 200th time. If you know, you know. It appears as though Cliffhanger's days of being on the cliff are over. He even has a new song.
Cliffhanger, living on the beach. And that's why he's called Off-the-Weir.
Leona is happy that Cliffhanger is, after all these years, finally off the cliff. Lionel, on the other hand.
I love happy endings.
Happy? What's to be happy about? It was the last cliffhanger. The last.
Well.
No more new cliffhangers.
We're not happy, we have lost our jobs.
As if there aren't so many other things you could sing about. I mean, sing about my friend Sir Topham Hatt. Thanks for the shout out, Rusty number 5. It's nice to be on your other channel.
Well, maybe Cliff's happy. I mean, after all, he's on a beach. He can rest.
He's a hero. A hero's not supposed to rest.
Oh, don't worry! I'm sure you can find something else to sing about!
You're right, no problem!
This just can't be the last book. It can't. We've got to think of something to do.
No.
Come on, Leona. I've got an idea. Quack!
My brother needs me. Coming!
The quartet, while trying to figure out how to continue their career, starts singing about other stuff.
Black Stapler, staples and it's black. And that's why it's called Black Stapler.
Great!
Super!
Really great!
2 lions, 1 + 1 is 2. And that's why they're called 2 lions.
Thank you! What talent!
What talent!
What are you even singing about? With help from Click the Mouse, Leona and Lionel visit Cliffhanger.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Hey, it's him! It's Cliffhanger!
Yes, that's right, Cliffhanger, hanging on a beach. And that's why I'm called... Never mind.
Mr. Hanger, I'm Lionel, and this is my fan, Leona, and I'm your biggest sister.
You know, he can't really talk very well because, well, you know, he really likes you a lot and you're his greatest hero and you're not gonna do any more books and, you just gotta do more books.
What? And leave all this? Come on, everybody. It's limbo time. Again.
Please do more books, please.
No can do. Life is just great.
Hey, mister, didn't you used to be Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff? And that's why you're called Cliffhanger?
Wait, so you're telling me the public knew who Cliffhanger was when he was on the cliff, yet no one tried to save him?
Well, what do they call you now?
Okay, I admit it. I can't stand this easy life. Where's the danger? Where's the excitement? Where's the cliff? I'm dying to go back.
So you don't miss going to the bathroom?
So why don't you?
I can't.
Why not?
Because my author, Livingston Dangerously, wrote me here. There's nothing I can do about it. Go talk to him.
Talk to him?
Well, we could talk to him. Sure we could, Rhino. We could talk to him. Yeah!
Yeah. Click,
Click!
Can't take this much longer.
Okay, shout out to this guy. I don't know why, but just shout out to him. Leona and Lionel return and find Cleo and Theo trying to escape the quartet. Dun dun dun.
Click the mouse. Here's a mouse that clicks. And that's why she's called.
Yes, thank you very much.
Click over here giving the best reactions. Cliff gets Livingston dangerously on call, and Lionel tells him that he really wants him to keep making more cliffhanger books. Livingston dangerously says that he doesn't have any more ideas for cliffhanger, and I mean, can you blame him? The man has literally wrote thousands of cliffhanger books. How is that even possible? I probably wouldn't be able to write 50. And quite frankly, I would have stopped at 20.
Maybe we could help you. How do you usually get your ideas?
Well, they usually come over me in a wave.
Yes.
Then they kinda lift me out to a sea of inspiration.
Yes.
And sometimes it's a doozy, a real one idea.
Yes.
I've got it. Ah, thank heavens. Excuse me, I must get to work. God, this is wonderful. First rate. Wow.
Pen holder, holding on to pens. And that's why it's called pen holder.
Stop, please! I can't take it!
Me if I see one more side-eye meme. After a while, Livingston dangerously releases an all-new cliffhanger book, where Cliffhanger gets swept by a wave, and you guessed it, ends up back on the cliff.
This is a blast! Drat! And that's why I'm called Cliffhanger. Can't hold on much longer.
He did it! He's back! He's back on the cliff! Yay!
Oh, that's wonderful!
A lampshade that is green. And that's why it's called green lampshade.
Excuse me, but you can go back now.
Ham sandwich made of ham. And that's why it's called.
Hey, Cliff's back on the cliff. We're working.
Yay!
And so Cliffhanger is back on the cliff and his life of misery continues. And what I want to know is what's going on with Cliffhanger. For all we know, he's still on that cliff in 2023. Between the Lions ended 11 years ago, so we really don't know for sure. And there hasn't been any new Cliffhanger content since then. And if Cliffhanger is still on that cliff in 2023, then gosh darn it, we need to start a movement. And well, there you have it. That was me rambling about Cliffhanger for 20 minutes. He's Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why he's called Cliffhanger. And I guess he shall be that forever and always.